We are just east of the U.S. Capitol in Landover. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the on the visitors' sideline, Giants head coach Brian Daboll. Opposite him is Dan Quinn in his second season as the head coach of the Commanders. So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. So here come the Commanders, and they are led by the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2024. Greg, it was such a good rookie campaign for Jaden Daniels out of LSU. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And he'll manage to get to the 33. Deontay Banks comes up to make the play. It is 2nd and 9.
At the 33-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Now he'll run. And Daniels will slide to a stop. Wise move as a young quarterback. That's how you stay around at the cover of that. He picked up the first down.
Washington Commanders. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
It's a give up the middle to Robinson. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8. Setting up 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 8.
From the shotgun, it's Daniel. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down. He's got the veteran Zach Ertz. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for a Commanders 1st down.
He'll step up and run. Not a whole lot happening there. Just a short pickup.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Right side, pulled in by Samuel. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8.
That's another Washington 1st down.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So I like these plays. I think the more guys, Mike, that you can get involved in the ground game, the better. And, of course, they're going to get enough touches to their back in a traditional sense, but make the defense defend every blade of grass from sideline to sideline and from line of scrimmage to the end zone. And one of the best ways to do it is to get your wide receivers, get your speed guys involved in the run game.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd and short, and it's Daniels. And he's got the first down. A great job looking at engaging where the marker is and getting there to set up 1st and goal. Terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. The return starts from the 5. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So here come the Giants, and Greg, it is the latest stop for Russell Wilson. A decade and a Super Bowl in Seattle, 2 years in Denver, last year in Pittsburgh, and now Russell Wilson is the Giants QB. A run with the man out of Purdue. That's Tyler down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Dominique Hampton there to bring him down. Just shy of midfield. Here's second down. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Giants.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down. Well, nothing doing here, and I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. Just he never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
That's complete to the tight end, Theo Johnson. Here's a third down and 4.
7 yards. And it's third down.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. That one incomplete. Humphrey outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range.
And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on fourth down.
First down, New York.
They go play action with Wilson. He throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down. Wilson will throw again.
Well, let's give the defense a little credit here. You talk about read and reacting quickly. They recognize the screen right out of the jump, and he's able to beat the blocker to the spot and keep him to no gain.
And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
First and goal, Giants.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
So, first quarter in the books here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. 7-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. We'll go again from the 3. It is second and goal. Giants football here to begin. the second quarter. Trying to push the pile forward, but he's not going to get in. They stop him up short. Once more from the 2. 3rd and goal. In motion, it's Robinson. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, Giants.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop. And they come away with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Daniel's going to keep this himself. And he'll be forced out of bounds just a couple yards short of the first down. That's a pickup of 8.
At the 32-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They run over center with Robinson. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A pickup there of 19 yards. First down, Washington.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll go again with Robinson. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
Back at his own 49.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. Now a deep ball looking for Brown. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. A big play there for Washington. It's a gain of 43 yards.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back.
And he will get into the end zone. A standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Commanders will move out to a 14-7 lead. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Hey, Greg, you think about the NFC East, I was always fond of saying, you're not allowed to rebuild in the NFC East. Think about these fan bases, Philly, Washington, Dallas, the Giants. Their fans don't stand rebuilds very often. Always feels there's different pressure in this division to be one of the best teams in the league every year.
And it's just such a fun division. And last year with Washington turning it around so quickly, Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn, what a great story that was. And then, of course, with Philadelphia, the eventual Super Bowl champs, clearly towards the end of the season, it was pretty evident, at least to all of us, that they were the best team, and that's exactly how things played out. So if you're at the bottom looking up, unlike some of these other divisions where you say, okay, maybe I'm not as far behind as it feels, in the NFC East, Mike, there's just not a lot of easy wins in your division, especially if you're the Giants.
We talk about history, and sometimes people go back 5 or 10 years. I just think back to the generations of great matchups amongst these teams. Greg, when any one of these teams goes to visit the other one, it feels like a historic NFL game because of the legacy. That, to me, is why the NFC East is one of the sexiest divisions in all of sports, not just the NFL.
Oh, absolutely. And it has more of kind of like a college football vibe, right? There's rivalries. The fans kind of they hate each other. They're yelling at each other. They're throwing things to the field. It has a little bit more of a college arch enemy, arch rival type of vibe. And I think that's why it's so fun to football fans all across the league. Whether you're a fan of a team in the East or not, when those two teams are on and they're playing each other, you want to tune in.
This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. That is Dietrich Wise Jr. taking him down for the first sack of this new campaign.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are back within 4 at 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. So, Greg, here are the Commanders, and could anything change in a year the way everything around Washington did? Coaching, quarterback play, future of the franchise. It all just turned around off that great season. Now they got to do it on the field again.
And you just can't say enough about Dan Quinn. And you and I, we've sat in a lot of meetings with him over the years, Mike. And when he walks in the room, you just feel good. You feel confident. You feel like he's under control. He's just one of those guys that has an aura about him that just makes you say, you know what, that guy's in charge, and I'm just going to go wherever he tells me. And you kind of saw that happen on a roster that I would say was a good roster. They were a superstar quarterback with James Daniels, but the rest of their roster still is a work in progress. So as they continue to acquire new players, continue to build that roster around Daniels, I'll tell you what, I think they won 12 last year. I wouldn't be surprised to see them hover around that same number and compete to win in what's a difficult division with the Eagles. But when it comes to the end of the season, I think they're going to be right there with them.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Throwing again, Daniels. He's going to run it. Here's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Here's Daniels. That's caught. Outside. It's complete. And he'll get this down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal as they convert on 3rd down.
Commanders 1st down. 1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Robinson is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. The kick is good. And the Commanders are out to a 21-10 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Pushed out, he'll tuck it and take off. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. on first down. Be a 44-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Giants are able to get it back within a score.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. This is still anyone's game here. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand as the second half is about to get underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So, Greg, here are the Giants, and here's a team that really needs to start going in the right direction. They've had double-digit losses 7 of the last 8 years, including 3 and 14 a year ago. So what are the pieces to start getting this thing in a much more positive direction?
Well, I think on the positive side, Mike, I think at least on the defensive side of the ball, you're seeing them really start to accumulate some top-tier defensive players. They're young, they're athletic, they're fast. So that's a good thing. And now on the offensive side of the ball, they probably have one of the most interesting quarterback rooms in the entire league, right? They got James Winston, they got Russell Wilson, they draft Jack Dart. So the question is Russell Wilson the Week 1 starter and the Week 18 starter, or is he just on a short leash until they feel they can get the young rookie up to speed? So I think there's a lot of questions for Brian Daboll in this offensive staff. Who's the quarterback? Is it the short term? Is it the long term? And if so, is one of those quarterbacks capable of competing in the NFC East?
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. On the give, it's Tracy. Had to push through that one tackler, but he is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage.
So they're not going to get the yardage to reflect it, but I actually thought that was a pretty nice job by the running back, at least getting back to the original line of scrimmage. This offensive line, they've got to do a better job getting him through untouched. His yards before contact got to be better.
And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. Space to run inside the 20. And he's in! Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. That is second touchdown of the afternoon.
It's not often in the NFL, Mike, that we see a run play result in a touchdown of this length. A lot of things have to go right. The right look by the defense, executing by the offensive line and all of your blockers. And then sometimes it's just, I got a better guy with the ball in my hand than you do on defense. And I think all of those things here were at play and results in a big touchdown.
He's got a man. Take it in for 2. And we are all tied here in the third quarter. Scott, thanks. Probably a tough halftime for the defensive coordinators, trying to do something to slow down these offenses. What a show they put on in the first half. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and running back Brian Robinson on the field for their next drive. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. And he'll get about 5. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 4. Off the bootleg. Here's Daniel. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball
term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step one. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Commanders first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Play action. Here's Daniels. Washington. For Daniels, last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year. First touchdown pass of his sophomore season.
Well, Mike, whatever message this coaching staff had at halftime, it clearly worked. They came out fast to start this second half. Big-time play downfield. Now, can they build on some of this momentum here as they start the third quarter?
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Commanders go up by 7, 28-21. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back set to go once more. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones. Right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith-Njigba. He has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college when he was a high draft pick of the New York Jets.
Wilson now, off the bootleg. He takes off. And that's a veteran quarterback doing what veterans do. Don't take the extra hit. Got the first down, get down. The drive continues. After that play, we have one of the Commanders who is down. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on first down. And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Slayton is the man in motion. On the ground, here's Tracy. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
And what started out as a promising drive, now they find themselves in 3rd and long. After being stuffed for a loss on 1st down with that ground game, they came right back to it, trying to make up some of those lost yards. The defense was having none of it. 3rd long.
He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. That one's incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is 4th down. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. From the 48-yard line, here is 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll go play action here with Daniel. And finds Samuel working across the field. And he will be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll begin the 4th by giving it to Robinson. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On the option, here's Robinson. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the 1st down. It'll be 1st and goal.
That's good for a Washington. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Throwing now, Daniel. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, Commanders. For Deebo, 6 years in San Francisco, this is 1st touchdown as a Washington Commander. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Makes the score. Commanders 35, Giants 21.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return. The Giants offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go. He's turned a number of those into big plays. He'll be out of bounds. It's a decent pickup of 5 on 1st down. So, from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. Wilson. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 37 yards. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Again, Wilson. That's to Robinson. He's got it. He'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4 brings up 2nd down.
Throwing again. Wilson. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Tracy. Not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is 3rd and goal.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Here it is on 4th down. And he's not going anywhere. Stuck behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
Turnover on down.
So the offense finds themselves in a tough situation. They're down by 2 scores late in this game. They know this is a prime opportunity. They need to play for a touchdown. And instead, the defense makes a huge stand, and they got a chance now to close this game out.
There's Dan Quinn as his Commanders head back onto the field. And this has been the start of the season you hope for. Don't serve it home. Have the lead here in the 4th quarter. Now it's all about leading down that clock.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Throwing on 2nd down. Daniel. He'll step up and run this. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down.
On the play. And a Commanders 1st down. 1st and
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Daniel. Over the middle. He's got McLaurin. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. Daniels now on 1st down. It's Samuel on the screen. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a 1st down.
5-yard gain on the play. That's another Washington Commanders 1st down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Another run here for Robinson. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. They get 18 on that one. Good for a Commanders first down. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. And a nice defensive play there coming through to make the play in the backfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. After the loss of 3, it is second and 13. They'll drop to throw. Quick slant on the money to McClure. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go.
It's a gain of 6.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
That one, work it up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's fourth down.
Matt Gay on for the Washington field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good. And the Commanders add on to their lead.
Commanders 38.
It's always a little bit of a letdown. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Here comes a return from the 5. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Here's the Giants offense. Now they get set to take over once more. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough feeling.
Yeah, we've never spoken to a team before their week 1 matchup where they didn't tell us this is the best training camp they've ever had, it's the best roster they've ever had. I mean, how many times have we heard that? So in this case, though, Mike, I think you have to be careful that you don't overcorrect. Of course, this did not go according to plan. This is not what they've been building to through their entire offseason schedule, but it's still also just one game. So don't throw everything in the garbage and start all over. Don't throw out all the hard work from the previous offseason. Stay the course, fix what went wrong, improve, and move on to week 2.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a third down. Wilson will throw again. It's downfield. That's Hyatt. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
First down, Giants.
To throw again is Wilson. Taken in right side by the tight end Johnson. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
First down, New York.
They'll get up on it quickly and spike it with just a little over 50 seconds remaining to play. On second down, Russ. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be lucky to just get some positive yards out of that one. Out of bounds, pickup of 2. Third down, here's Wilson. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just...
And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. And he'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not, but things are pretty much spoken for. The Commanders' offense and running back Brian Robinson on the field for their next drive. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. Only one timeout remaining for the defense as they take a knee. So it's a win here for the Commanders. They move to 1-0 as they earn this victory in the division, no less, here in Week 1. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Commanders are winners as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.